Well, this is Mr. Hornby 83. I am here with my E3 reactions to the news we got this past week at this year's E3. And as you can see, I got my MK shirt, MK9 shirt.
MK.
Now to promote Mortal Kombat month, which I'm in the middle of, which I've really only done one Mortal Kombat video so far. And that was a Facebook Live. No, actually I've done two because I did the playthrough last Saturday, so. But to talk about how NetherRealms didn't even announce nothing about Mortal Kombat this year. Now going into this year's E3, everybody's like, hey, Injustice 2's out. Now NetherRealm's gonna give us MK11. Or Shaolin Monks 2. Guess what? Neither one of those got announced. Neither one of them got announced. Pretty much, Shaolin Monks 2 was not announced. Neither was Mortal Kombat 11. Now, Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a video talking about possible villains for MK11. But, yeah. Now to give my grades to the press conferences I checked out for E3 this year. And you know what? I'm going to start with Sony. First off, I was not that impressed with the Microsoft press conference. A lot of that had to do with me probably being angry that my Xbox Gold wasn't working at the time. But, they did show some better stuff than what the other press conferences showed off. Oh crap, I forgot about that. I'll talk about that in a minute. So, pretty much, I give Sony an F because they started out, they give us a look at The Last Among Us Part 2. Another thing that really irritated me, IGN doing the whole IGN Live at E3 on on Disney XD or Disney XP, whatever they're freaking calling it now. And during the press conferences, in the middle of a video game being shown off or whatnot, they'd abruptly cut to commercial break. Like with Last of Us. They also did that with Resident Evil 2, the remake.
Building suspense.
Yeah, but see, this is why I wish G4 was still around. But those idiots that were running networks like, oh, it'd be better to go in the direction of Esquire. And look, Esquire don't even exist anymore. That channel is gone from cable, period. Because it sucked. This is why I like G4 when they did their coverage. Because they would make sure there would not be any interruptions until the press conference was over. Also, when G4 went under, Game Trailers TV would do the E3 stuff on Spike. And they would make sure the press conference was over. And not only did that annoy me, but also the fact that they were cutting out some of the bloody scenes. You know, they cut the commercial right after they showed the main character of Last of Us kissing another lady. And then, you don't even get to see the full trailer. And then they come back from commercial talking about, oh, the gameplay they showed right after that kiss. We didn't get to see it. Just nonsense. But then not only that, right after Last of Us trailer, right after the abrupt commercial break, we come back to an intermission for Sony. A freaking intermission after showing us one freaking game.
So I guess you're saying it pays to be there?
It pays to be there, but not only that, that was stupid. How do you go into a freaking intermission after only showing us one freaking game at your press conference? Then it's abrupt commercial. Then it's freaking blasted, a blasted freaking intermission. That is so stupid. That's why Sony is getting an F. Oh, they're not the only ones getting an F on this list, by the way. There's another company that got an F on this list, too. I'll talk about them in a little bit. Alright, Microsoft. Now, you just heard me say, the games they did show off were good. Like that Samurai game looked good. Resident Evil 2 Remake looked good and all that. But, it still was not enough. to impress me with Sony this year. They also showed some gameplay from Spider-Man. Who cares? Anyway, Microsoft. And even though I said I wasn't impressed, but it wasn't because they had bad games. They sure the heck didn't have an intermission after a broke commercial break during their press conference. They were showing off games. They gave the gamers what they wanted to see. Games. The only thing I didn't like was that they were showing off Forza Horizon 4. I don't care about that series. That's probably why I wasn't impressed with that. And the freaking Gears Pop game. Oh my god. How are you going to ruin Gears of War with that nonsense? They did show Gears 5. They did show Halo Infinite, which is supposedly Halo 6. I don't know if it's Halo 6, though. I think it's kind of a precursor to set up for Halo 6. But, I don't know. It could be. Pretty much. Also, they announced, for the first time ever, coming on Xbox. It's been on PlayStation. Kingdom Hearts 3, the Frozen World, I think that's what it's called. Now, I'm not a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but the fact that this is the first time it's going to be on that console, which means Sony lost another exclusive, tells you something right there, Sony. Maybe you shouldn't waste time on stupid interventions or having a freaking guy play a cello at the beginning. Yeah. Intermissions, whatever, yeah. Intermissions. I'm just so enraged. So enraged with Sony because the past couple years.
Have an intervention then?
Maybe they should have an intervention about how they're running their company. How about that? But you know what? Sony is probably going to get the highest grade. I mean, not Sony. Microsoft is probably going to get the highest grade I give for this year's E3, which I'm giving it a B+. They gave us games. Not only that, they got an exclusive from PlayStation. And next year, I had a nerdgasm when I seen this. Xbox is getting Battletoads. Let's hope it's not a Killer Instinct situation, because some people like that game and some people don't. But hopefully Battletoads is well liked by everybody, because Battletoads, awesome game, back from the NES days. They had Battletoads 2, I think, on NES. Then they had 3 on Super and all that, and
all that jazz.
Yeah, very good. I give Microsoft a B+ because they gave us what we wanted. They didn't give us no stupid intermission right after one gameplay video. Next up, let's go to EA. Now you know what I'm mainly going to talk about with EA. It's their Madden franchise. They did not show no new game mode for it. No new gameplay, which past couple years they've had new gameplay for it. They've had new game modes introduced. This year, nothing, just a trailer. The guy that won a Madden tournament comes on with the belt with some other guy I guess he played against. I don't know. Don't care. But they come on, they shake hands. They're like, here's the Madden trailer. And that's about it. No gameplay, no new mode announced, no new nothing for Madden. Same with the FIFA. I think people's getting sick of playing the same old games year after year. And I hated Madden 18. My last ever written review on my Facebook fan page was of Madden 18, and I hated that freaking game so much. I gave it, I believe, a 2.5 out of 5. And the past couple Madden games, I've given better scores than that. So that tells you something about their Madden franchise right now. They did announce for Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I figured they would, some new DLC. They got Count Dooku coming, General Grievous, I guess Commander, or, General Obi-Wan or something like that. I don't know. I was just, they got that coming, so that's the only good thing they pretty much announced. Pretty much, I don't think they announced anything else good. They also get an F. Screw you guys. Have a nice day. Anyway, now to Nintendo. Nintendo, we'll probably get the second highest grade because Nintendo, well, I'll talk about Ubisoft here in a moment. Skipping to Nintendo. Nintendo also gave us what we wanted. They didn't have no stupid intermission right after one gameplay video. But the news about the Smash Brothers for the Switch, the new Smash Brothers, what the characters are going to have in it and everything, that looks awesome. They're adding Donkey Kong to the Mario plus Rabbids. That's gonna be pretty awesome. The Donkey Kong Country Donkey Kong, not the old school arcade game Donkey Kong. But that's gonna be pretty awesome. All the other Nintendo titles they announced, I believe they did probably give us a time when, I think they might have gave us a time when Metroid 4 might be coming out. I'm not sure. I was very tired that day, so I was dozing in and off. But what I see from Nintendo and what I see from Microsoft was way better than what I see from Sony and EA. Anyway, now to Ubisoft. We already talked about NetherRealm not announcing any Mortal Kombat stuff. Screw you, NetherRealm, for not announcing that. Alright, oh yeah, I forgot to give my grade. B- for Nintendo. They did great this year. Ubisoft. Pretty much, they pretty much announced a new Assassin's Creed. It looks pretty awesome now, I will say. And I've been saying since they've been doing Assassin's Creed games yearly, that a lot of them have sucked. Hopefully this one's good. But, then they announced Just Dance 2019. Who cares about that game?
A lot of people.
Except for my daughter and a lot of teenagers. I don't care about it, but, you know. Also, Square Enix. Well, I'll talk about Square Enix in a minute. Pretty much just, you know, the Rabbids game is made by Ubisoft, so Ubisoft did announce Donkey Kong getting added to Mario vs. Rabbids, which pretty much is just said in a Nintendo thing. I'll give Ubisoft a C+ because they did have some strong games. I forgot what else they showed off, but you know, they had some strong games in that. Square Enix, they showed off that zombie game they've been advertising. Sony also showed off that Death Stranger or Straggler or whatever. So yeah, the game, like I said, the games they did show off did look good, but you know, the presentation just sucked. Anyway, I forgot the name of that freaking zombie game. Then they, I guess they gave a release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't know, I forgot. Tired today. I'm just gonna skip. I'm gonna go on to Bethesda now. That Fallout 1976, which Xbox showed earlier, which I didn't mention. Showed off a few more of their games. Alright, I didn't watch the press conferences of Bethesda. I never really do, because I never really play any Bethesda games. They did show off a new Elder Scrolls game. I don't know if it's a new one or if it's an add-on to the current one. Now, to close this out with Friday the 13th, the lawsuit situation. Everybody knows IllFonic put out the thing about, you know, not going to be no future DLC in that because a former writer, it's William something, and also I think Sean Cunningham, are filing this lawsuit. And, you know, all I got to say about that is, I'm not going to threaten their lives. I'm not going to curse them. They're a couple of freaking douchebags. Because not only are you freaking screwing the people that play that game, and not only are you screwing IllFonic, you're screwing Friday the 13th fans out of getting Jason contact that you guys have failed to bring us in several years. And they bring us an awesome Friday the 13th game, and you all want to screw it up just because you all want to make money off of it. Sean Cunningham, you only did the first Friday the 13th if you are involved in this lawsuit. And then when you did Jason Goes to Hell, which is the movie that's considered one of the worst in the franchise, even though I like it, but considered one of the worst, Jason Goes to Hell. You produced that movie. You didn't even keep into the continuity of the other 8 movies, you know, or at the point from 2 to 8. You didn't keep in the loop with the continuity of all that. So you're nothing but a douchebag that wants money, and you want to screw your fan base. Do that, because you know what? I hope something happens where you all lose this lawsuit. I doubt you will, but I hope y'all do lose it, because you're just being douchebags trying to get freaking money off of a game, off of a franchise that you left a long time ago. And you know, the last one you did was considered the worst in the franchise. So, whatever. Get your money, whatever. Freaking done with these guys. That's pretty much it. So I need a picture of my mom. Use the pamphlet.
Where's that at?
So now we're going to take a moment, you know, I've ranted through half the video, a moment to, you know, pay tribute to my mom. I'll be doing this through the rest of the month of June. It's just going to be for the rest of the month of June. But, you know, once she finds a picture for it, I'll have her scan on the picture. But, yeah. Overall, though, E3 2018 was pretty good, especially for Microsoft and Nintendo. Alright, catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.